Hey everyone, welcome to Taqueando. I'm your host, Bill Esparza, and this week we are at Madre on Fairfax, the mezcaleria of your dreams, and we are going to have a taste of Mexico. Joining me in this journey of 13 states
Correct.
is owner of Madre, Ivan Vasquez, who is a Zapoteco, Oaxacan, and the biggest defender of mezcal in the United States. He recently just had the Mezcal por Siempre event, second year in a row.
Second year in a row.
Right? Where he brought in producers from all over the mezcal regions to show their wares to the public. And I'm also joined today by my partner in crime, Nayomie Mendoza, businesswoman, owner of Cuernavaca's Grill, and all around Miss Everything. Former cheerleader.
Very experienced in mezcal, apparently.
But a novice in the world of agave spirits, except for tequila in college.
Yeah.
Okay. She's here today with a designated driver because she hit a skunk. Okay, she didn't kill a skunk, but she did press a dead skunk.
Yeah. Worst news of the week.
Okay, we've met before. We've all had mezcal together.
Correct.
Did you have mezcal at that time?
I didn't.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. But first, Ivan, for those of you who don't know about Madre, there are 4 branches. We have Palms, we have Torrance, and we're going in order. What do we call this? Is this Los Angeles or Fairfax District? Los Angeles.
Santa Clarita.
Clarita, okay.
Still the county.
Which is your most recent.
Correct.
Now, Madre is known for its mezcal collection, but we're going to get into what really makes it special because a lot of places these days have mezcal. Even restaurants have a great mezcal collection, but they don't really have the depth. And when we talk about depth, is depth that honors indigenous people, that honors Oaxaca, and the mezcaleros and the mezcaleras, right? So for those of you that don't know about Ivan, he was a Baja Fresh manager, a regional manager for 15 years.
Yes.
14 different branches you oversaw?
I was overseeing the whole market in LA, from Sherman Oaks, Santa Monica, and Hollywood to West LA.
Wow. Right. So that's where you learned your business skills.
Correct. I was working for a franchise group, 2 owners, and I worked my way up with them as this Baja Fresh franchise, and it was a great learning experience. 15 years of school, working next to these 2 owners, and listening to their conversations, business decisions, numbers. So I learned the operations of it, and obviously I was the manager. I started as a cashier, and I moved up all the way to district manager when I was 22 years old.
22?
Yes.
Wow. He's like you.
Yeah.
2 incredible entrepreneurs from Mexico. So you opened Madre Palms in 2014.
2014.
And then Torrance was right after it.
2017, after the success of Madre Palms, after bringing mezcal in 2015, we had that beautiful experience to look for a second location.
Right. And then you opened this branch in the pandemic.
Yeah, so I signed the lease in 2019, December, and then we were in Oaxaca.
I was with you.
Yeah, you were with me when the restaurant shut down in March 2020, and this restaurant was under construction. So this restaurant was open in 2020, July 21st, 2020, right during the pandemic.
Right. And so you, like a lot of people that had to pivot, both of you had to do that. I would say that people started really knowing about you during that time, right? How did you navigate that time?
In our culture there's so much resilience, and I feel like it doesn't matter what we're going through, we always push through. So I just remember we were just scratching ends meet, and I was like, you know what, I'm seeing social media change so many people's lives, what could it do for a small business? And that's where it really originated for us. I feel like people kind of already knew about us in the community, but once I was like, hey, we're on the verge of shutting down, people were like, hey, we're gonna go support. And we just turned 20 years this past Cinco de Mayo.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. But it was really the pandemic where a lot of people, a broader audience because of social media, For you, it was retail sales.
Retails, I mean, I will say that Mezcals saved this restaurant because then the governor opened the opportunity for restaurants to sell retail bottles and have the opportunity to sell cocktails to go, mezcal flights to go. So we saw the opportunity, and then when followers or aficionados of mezcal that are loyal to Madre, they saw that our bottles were for sale. They were coming in groups to pick up my bottles,
Right.
my selection, and that was the only way to, one, to survive, to be open and to open this restaurant, and second, most important I would say, is to keep supporting the maestros and the maestras during the pandemic.
Right.
I remember that I even had to order a batch of mezcal during the pandemic where nobody was ordering mezcal at that time because everybody was closed. I was one of the ones that I told the importer, we gotta bring one batch, this batch from Oaxaca, because people are asking for more bottles. And that was a great opportunity for us and also for the maestro.
All right. Well, this is, again, a great story, both of you, coming at really building your businesses to a new audience in the pandemic. So we're going to celebrate this with this tour of Mexico. Now, there's two things I want to ask you. One is for the listeners, and the other is for our friend, my partner in crime, Nayomie. The first question is, can you tell us about what the Taste of Mexico is?
Taste of Mexico, it's the 13 states where they produce traditional mezcal. And what do I mean by traditional? Where the maestro, the maestra has been making, or the family has been making mezcal for more than 3 generations. And the community approves the maestro, the maestra as a maestro mezcalero. Right? That's very important. It's not one of those states where they just grow agave and they hire a maestro mezcalero and let's be added to the denomination of region. These particular states, they've been making mezcal for generations, and some of them are under the denomination of origin, some of them are not. You know?
And do we really give a fuck about the denomination of origin?
No, we don't. It's all about tradition. Families that are been making this, that's what we should care, and that's what we're going to learn today.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I drink mezcal, if it's coming from this, if it has the flavor and it has this tradition, and people care about the product, care about the communities, that's mezcal for us, right? We agree on that?
Correct. And then there is going to be one state that is not on the fly because we haven't found a good traditional mezcal coming from that state, right? And I think that's your state.
Yeah, there's states in the running like Sinaloa that wants to get in there.
Correct.
And how many states are in the denomination of origin for mezcal?
11 now.
11 states. So, right.
It's
Aguascalientes, my family's home state. And then the 5 states of tequila.
Correct.
And then we have the Bacanora region.
The Bacanora.
And we have the Raicilla, which is also in Jalisco.
And we have the Sotol region too.
And we have Sotol,
Correct.
right? So my other question for Nayomie is, how does Nayomie doesn't drink?
I don't.
Well, you can smell it.
No, she's gonna drink. Okay, if she can party in college and get wasted on her graduation, then she could do this.
You tried Patron before?
I have.
Then this is gonna be just much better.
Okay, well, but you and I can handle a lot of mezcal, right? But for someone who's coming in and wants to do the 13 regions, now Nayomie would like to try the 13 regions. How does she survive this tasting?
The first time will be, instead of 1 ounce, you will try half of an ounce for each mezcal. You kiss it, and then just water in between. That's the best way. Take your time to try it, to taste it, to enjoy it, to understand it, and drink water, and then we go to the next one. It's just half an ounce.
And we're talking micro sips too. So, I was in Jalisco this weekend, and we were trying tequila, and I gave this one taste to somebody, and they just downed it. I'm like, what are you doing? So we're not doing shots like that. We're doing small sips. And what do you think is the minimum? To me, I think it's 3 small micro sips to kind of get the flavor. 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So you can do 2. The first one is going to be more harsh because the alcohol's high, but then once your palate calms down, you take the second one, and then you don't really have to do
the first one is really to heat up your palate, right? You gotta warm it up, and after the second one, your palate is gonna be ready. Give me more. So I'm ready to go.
So
okay,
yeah.
I'm trusting you guys.
Yes. In the 13 states, the 13 sips, 26 sips, or or 39 sips. None of us here should be feeling drunk or even really too buzzed, maybe mildly. Mild buzz.
And the most
That's what we're
important
going
thing
for.
is that later on or tomorrow you're not gonna get the hangover that you try with commercial alcohol. This is traditional.
Like with Disneyland.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to get anyone drunk here, so we're going to be moderate with our sips, all right? Everybody agreed?
Yes.
Boom. All right, let's start. We have many things to talk about, but we're starting with the first state, which is
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca, of course.
So we're gonna start with the first one. And the order of mezcales is not in which is my preference, neither states. It's just to open the palate. So we're gonna start with from Oaxaca.
Walk us through a tasting here.
You're gonna smell it because it's a new plant that you're gonna try, and
Smells
you're gonna
lovely.
try to identify what you smell on the first sip, right? And it has to be a micro sip. Remember, we're not drinking commercial alcohol. It's just micro sip, where you're gonna put it in your mouth and keep it on your tongue, and you're gonna add a little bit of saliva, so that way it can just be all over your mouth.
Okay.
And we take the whole thing, just a little bit. Micro sip, right?
Micro sip. Keep it in your mouth for about 4 seconds.
Just like a little portion that swish around the front of your
Okay.
tongue.
Were you able to identify what you smell, or is it totally different?
No, not.
Are you going into shock right now?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's going to go away.
Yeah.
So
Fingers crossed.
your palate is it's a lot, and even for us it is. It's like that way too. I'm feeling the same thing. Like big alcohol, it's warm, it's all over the place, it's spread out, right? It's attacking your will to stand up.
No, not down that bad.
Okay, and then and now in a few sips, either on this one or the second shot, your palate should calm down and it won't be so hot for you,
So this particular mezcal is distilled twice in copper.
Yeah.
That's the tradition in Matatlan, which is part of Valles Centrales, Oaxaca. The agave is endemic from Oaxaca. It's Karawinsky. Most of the productions is still a wild agave versus cultivated agave. The most important thing about the production is everything is on the back of the label. Even the maestro Valentin is in the picture.
Yeah.
A small batch, and this is edition 4 of the Madre quiche.
Which really brings me to a question for you. Is like we want to talking about Oaxaca is like the most important mezcal state. You agree?
Yes.
And as a Oaxacan, but for you, what is the difference between appreciation versus appropriation?
For appreciation, I mean, I guess the way that I carry it forward, it's just talking about the roots and the culture, bringing awareness to that. Again, over the years, we've had many opportunities where they just want out of fusion, and though I'm not against that, for me, I just think it's important to, always honor our culture, our ancestors, or what my dad truly, came for. 20 years ago, he founded this, restaurant, and he was, again, he was very big on, hey, this is the American dream. A lot of, our people can't go back to Mexico, so what can we do to mimic it to taste like, our mothers, our grandmothers. So we just really like to honor that, and I feel like that's why we had the push that we had, because we would show the BTS of it all, hey, we're actually supporting local. We had it imported from here, and
And it's coming from a family
Yeah.
that's representing a place in Mexico that has a tradition, not just selling food, but right. And so, what in Oaxaca, of course, Oaxaca is the poorest state in Mexico, yet everyone talks about it all the time. Everybody loves Oaxaca. People want to wear Oaxacan clothes. They want to drink Oaxacan mezcal, but yet we're not getting this money to the people that are there, to the indigenous communities. So when did you first hear about mezcal?
I think in college.
In college, right.
I went to predominantly, white people's school, and they would always talk about it, and I was like,
Of course they did.
Yeah, I was
There's
like,
the appropriation
I was
right
all
there.
This is like our culture, like
Yeah, shut up.
or like they'd be like, you know, tequila this, like, and I
Yeah.
was just like, but are you really like supporting, you know, Mexican owned? And they were never, but
Right. Do you support
Yeah.
Mexicans? How
Yeah.
about that, right?
Yeah.
And those people, we know what those people today are doing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And so, you know, I think for most of us, like in the 90s is when mezcal first made it to the United States. I had an experience as a college student as well with a horrible mezcal called Gusano Rojo, that one that has the worm at the worm at the bottom. And I got very sick, and it's a horrible tasting mezcal. You've had it before.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And then in the 90s, it came in, but guess who brought it in? A guy named Ron Cooper. Ron Cooper, does he sound indigenous?
No.
So Ron Cooper is an artist that was living in Oaxaca and painting, I guess, and decided he wanted to bring mezcal to the United States. So most of us experienced mezcal through Ron Cooper, and really in LA through this bar called Las Perlas. Did you ever go?
Yeah.
Right. And so that was like in 2010 when that opened, that was the mezcal bar, right? But when I looked on the shelf, I saw Del Maguey, Ilegal, and these brands. Now, do these brands represent traditional mezcal to you?
No, they don't.
And why not? Why is that appropriation?
Why? Because and for this instance, illegal. They're bringing mezcal from one family, but they're bringing mezcal to the lowest ABV possible, just for cocktails. Second, they're not interested in educating people. They're not bringing any other expression from Matatlan, like Karawinsky, Tobalas, and other species that we have in Oaxaca. They have this white people image of branding, right? With tattoos that they want to get. A lot of the Chicanos market getting confused with their market profile. The ABV is just 40%. It's well priced for cocktails.
Overly smoked?
Overly smoked on purpose because they're gonna mix it with other juices and alcohols in the bars, right? They're one of the kings out there for mezcal cocktails.
Right. So my impression, besides the fact they were coming for people like me, and Nayomie in college coming for the Mexicans and Mexican Americans, but white people, it's like that over smoky profile was close to Scotch, and not even all Scotch, but like Scotch from the Isla region, like the smoke where they use peat to make the Scotch, right? And so it's like, well, we're going to go after the Scotch market. Scotch drinkers are going to be our audience, rather than looking at the community, promoting the community, or looking about trying to preserve tradition. And this is really the problem you're talking about, right?
Correct.
So like Ron Cooper is problematic for you?
A lot. It's a big problem in Oaxaca where he destroyed, a couple pueblos with water pollution. He took all the mezcal possible from those two pueblos, and I'm talking about from my paisanos, San Juan del Rio and Santana del Rio, where mezcaleros are still poor, right? After he left, then he moved his facility to Puebla now with another big brand that is owned by Mexicans. And what he left at these two pueblos is just poverty, more poverty, less water, less natural resources, less corn, less farmers because they all cultivated espadín, in plagues and big fields because they have all these demand by this particular brand, Del Maguey, to comply with the demand here in the United States, right? But two pueblos were not enough to comply with the demand. So now you go back to those pueblos, they're in ruins. They don't have any water. The natural resources are very poor. Mezcaleros, you might think that, they make a lot of money with Ron Cooper after many years and the position that he has now or the brand. No, unfortunately, no. They are worse than before.
Yeah. Have you ever had Del Maguey? I mean, I feel also it's not a great mezcal for me, and I can taste the treachery in every sip.
Correct. And also it's over smoky, overrated, and overpriced, right? And then it's okay when you want to be overpriced and you have this, fancy glass bottle, but give it back to the pueblos.
Right.
And that's one of the issues that we have, where most of the money for mezcal right now, it's staying in the United States. It's not going back to the pueblos of not only Oaxaca, but Mexico.
Right. So this is the real problem. Where are we going now?
We're going to Michoacan.
Okay, you ready? You ready for your second? Only 12 more to go.
Dahlia is actually from Michoacan.
Who is?
Dahlia?
Dalia.
Well, her family.
Okay. Your bestie?
My travel buddy.
Your travel buddy? Dalia?
Yeah.
Dalia also thought mezcal was smoky, right?
She did.
So
imagine
hopefully
how we're
Dalia
drinking.
now will move away from those mezcales.
All right, so we're gonna go with.
Oh, do we have a dump?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you can keep it and go back to it.
yeah. You
Just
can,
dump it
you
here?
can, you're going to give us fresh glasses. So you can
Yes.
either dump or you can put it aside for later. Okay, this is from Guerrero.
Michoacan.
Sorry, this is from Michoacan. And what's the agave? Tell us about it.
This is agave inaquinens, and the most popular name is maguey alto from Michoacan. Palomas mensajeras. This is agave capon, 48 ABV, and is bottle 767, batch 2019.
Thank you.
Most of the agaves in Michoacan, they're still wild. They're totally different from Oaxaca. I will say a little greener in flavor and profile, more robustic also in flavor. This is Palomas Mensajeras, also a small brand that we need to support, Mexican-owned, Mexican family that they're making a big effort to bring their mezcal here to the United States. And as you can see, you probably never heard of them before because they don't have a big company like the Maguey has to promote them. Right? And also they live in Mexico, which is the only one that we can promote them is here with the bartenders or with the aficionados. Right?
Right. Now, what are you getting in the nose?
I don't know. Maybe I'm nervous. Or
No,
like-
don't be nervous. So here's what I believe
Okay.
about flavor profiles.
Okay.
Is first of all, they're very subjective. And one of my favorite sommeliers told me once about wine. He goes, all these things about descriptors, about smelling tobacco and raspberry or plum, it's all kind of bullshit. Like, it's what that person experienced, and you might taste something, and maybe you're like, oh, that seems like a fruit, but I don't know what fruit. So what? You don't know what fruit it
Yeah.
is. It's still a flavor you're getting, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you don't have descriptors.
Correct. It's the mezcal is the only thing that gives you freedom of speech,
Yeah.
which we don't have right now. Freedom of speech and what flavors are you getting?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna let myself be influenced by Bill's profile.
Yeah.
Right. He's gonna tell me plum, mango. That's fine, but I gotta speak up what flavors I'm finding there.
Okay.
And I can say that it's happened to me where I say a flavor, but it's not the right one, but it's close to something, like how some fruit is close to each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, small sip.
I got some woody flavor, but that comes because the process of the distillation, they use copper and wood for the distillation. Little lactic.
Yeah, I'm getting like a dark green vegetable.
Correct.
See, again, I don't know what
Yeah.
that is, but I just know that also we've all eaten different things, so we don't all have the same.
I will
know-
say this one's like not as harsh as the other one.
Okay, you know why? Because your palate now has adjusted.
Okay.
So you're no longer, your palate was like, what the hell? Like, this is high alcohol. What's the
48.
right, 48% alcohol. So that's 96 proof.
And the first one was 51,
Right. And normal alcohol that you're drinking is probably 80 proof,
which is
40%. So this is a little higher. But now your palate's not in shock anymore, and now it's smooth for you, probably smoother.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We're doing Mezcal 101 too.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Salud. But let me ask you this. Do you like this?
Yeah.
Do you like it better than the first one?
I do like it better than the first one.
And what do you like about it?
I don't know. I just feel like with the first one, I just felt.
Okay.
Right in front.
you like that it didn't assault
like,
you.
Yeah, it just like it hit me.
Okay.
And then with this one, I don't know. I feel like I was able to like feel it out a little bit more. I still can't pinpoint, the taste.
Yeah.
But I was like, at least I feel like I could taste it more than the other one, where it felt like a burned.
I think way more important than descriptors, which again I think are bullshit, Even when I say it, I'm like, okay, that's what this is helping me remember. It might be I can write that note down so I'll remember something about that mezcal. But I like it, I don't like it are really all you need, I think.
That's correct. As long as you're drinking the right mezcal, you know that you're in good hands.
Yeah.
I did like this one a lot better.
And maybe this one's, I would say, more savory. So maybe you like savory mezcal.
Like, yeah, you're gonna find the right mezcal. There is a mezcal for each one of us.
Yeah.
You might reject 12 bottles right now, but maybe the 13 is gonna say this is me, right? But I think we found the second one, which is like lactic, a little bit woody, but also has to do with the agave plants. You know, I'm gonna remember that. You come for a tasting. That's what I remember here is she likes Alto Michoacan, so I'm gonna give you something similar to it next time. Not 13, but at least 4.
Hey,
Yeah.
13 is Taylor Swift's favorite number.
Okay, I knew
by
that.
the way-
I knew we were gonna Swiftie
By
somewhere.
the way, I'm so happy this week she's dropping an album. And an album release party at the movie theater.
Did you know about Taylor Swift's new album coming out?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, you should like throw a party.
Are you throwing a party?
No, not this year, but
Okay.
but we are going to her album release party at the movie theater.
So we need to find a mezcal for the Taylor Swift release.
Yeah, we
Okay.
could put like orange glitter. That's the color of her album.
Okay, so we're looking for that flavor. We're looking something, citrus
And
today.
it might be the third ones.
Okay, let's go. All right, where are we going now? Take us there, Ivan.
We're gonna go to Durango.
Durango,
We're gonna stay
to the north.
To the north. From Michoacan, we're gonna go to Durango. And this is 100% agave tepemete, which is an angustifolia, scientific name. And all of these mezcales tradicionales, they're going to have all the information that you want to read, that you want to learn on the label.
Why is that important?
Because that's knowledge and being transparent. They are not only requiring with the minimum information that the TBT is requiring to bring it to the United States, which is just alcohol and manufacture. The name of the importer, maestros and maestras, and these projects are up and beyond. So they're pouring what kind of water they're using, what kind of distillation, even though they're not required by law. They want to give you as much information as possible so you can appreciate it instead of just disregarding and not being educated about
Yeah.
the spirit.
And so to your point, we don't want to just know the brand. We want to know the mezcalero, the person that actually made it, and where it was made, the town. We want to highlight that, right? So that's what you said was important about roots.
Yeah.
So it's like putting roots on the bottle.
So this maestro, his name is Federico de la Cruz, and they distill with copper wood and metal.
Thank you.
Tepemete, it's endemic from Durango. So there is no tepemete in Oaxaca, there is no tepemete in Puebla. It's endemic to Durango.
Real different on the nose, right?
Yeah.
The one thing about I think mezcal for me is like tequila noses are really more agave, most of them when they're white, but mezcal can be all over the place. So much more complexity because of the fermentation process.
The fermentation, obviously the agave plant, the type of
Different
soil,
agaves.
the soil, the altitude, either use well water versus spring water, different techniques and tools that they use during the distillation as well. Copper, hybrid, single distillation. It's just a lot into mezcal, and also the techniques of the maestro mezcalero. So this brand is La Mata, and they only focus on mezcales from northern Mexico, including Nuevo León, which is very rare to have mezcales in the United States from Nuevo León.
Right. Okay. To Nuevo León.
Durango.
Oh, to Durango. It's not you that needs to worry, it's me.
What do you think?
It is less stronger than the last two. But I don't know.
That's more, again, your palate.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really like the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still with Michoacan.
Miguel.
All right. I like that. See? And that, to me, that's as valid as any. He's the true expert here. I've drank a lot of mezcal over the years, but that doesn't mean anything. You like that one, and that's everything. That's
You know what
just
I
as valid.
also like think it is. So my mom's side of the family, like they're from Guerrero, and a lot of my uncles are married to like people from Michoacan. So like I tend to gravitate more towards like that food, like they're like
You're
I don't
feeling
know.
those flavors, the
Yeah.
terroir.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it could be that, right?
could be, could
And
be.
It does
Yeah.
connect you with your roots. You know? It does connect you with your roots because I believe in that. Where I try mezcales from Oaxaca, and that I never tried before. But I like this particular region from Oaxaca because it just feels amazing. It goes back to my ancestors,
Yeah.
and it's a connection. Mezcal connects you anywhere. Now, something very interesting. You like number. You said that it was less intense than number 1 and number 2. So this one is actually a higher ABV than the first two.
See how that
This one's
works?
a 52.
So we I always tell people people want to drink smooth stuff from the get-go, like the first sip has to be smooth. You don't want the producer to do that. You want your palate to come up to where the level of the mezcalero is, and it just takes a few sips.
Yeah,
And
it's
you are now
crazy.
5 sips in?
But if I will tell you, we're gonna enjoy a mezcal of 52 ABV. Probably your brain is gonna say, "Oh, that's high alcohol."
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no because it's just too high. But you just gotta give mezcal a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I mean that one was the harshest one on me, and I would have never thought
Right.
that one was higher.
Exactly.
Crazy.
I like the way this tingles your tongue too. Right? It's a tongue tingler.
The lips too.
Yeah, that's always a strange phenomenon to me, is how it affects different parts of your palate. Like you'll get one in the back of the palate, or the tongue, or the lips,
Middle.
or in the stomach, in
So you
the
feel the heat
solar
here.
plexus. You'll feel heat different places,
Or sometimes you smell it, and when you try it, it has nothing to do with
Right.
the aromas. It's just different.
Sometimes it smells like hell and tastes like heaven.
You will get to choose right now. You're still with number 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think the rest that are coming, you're gonna be in.
absolutely. When you're tasting, it's
I have
not
a story for you, and you might want to take a shot for this one.
okay.
So I have a friend. Her name is Isabel, right?
Okay.
And
Is it like I have a friend? Let's call her Isabel, or she's actually Isabel.
she's actually Isabel.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So she grew up with 2 brothers. Well, they're not her brothers. Her mom has a best friend, and she has 2 sons, Conrad and Jeremiah. Remember those names, okay?
Conrad, Jeremiah. Okay.
And Isabel.
Isabel.
Yes. So she has always loved Conrad, like since they were kids. Like has always loved him.
Yeah.
And then they have this vacation home. She goes and she's like so pretty, and like he's finally paying attention to her.
Okay.
They get together, and then he ends up hurting her because like his mom had cancer, didn't know how to, navigate that. They break up. She doesn't hear from him, and then she ends up getting with his brother Jeremiah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they get together, and then they're together for years and years. She doesn't see Conrad, and then he goes to Cabo. He cheats, and
He cheats on Isabel.
he cheats on Isabel, right? Conrad's like no longer in the picture about it, like
Haven't seen him for years.
yeah. So then she's all like, I don't know how to forgive you, this and that. So he's like, okay, like let me propose. So he proposes, and Conrad is like a mess. So then Jeremiah asks Conrad, like, hey, will you be my best man? Knowing that he loved Isabel. So the other brother said,
Oh, they didn't know.
no, everyone knew.
Everyone knew.
Everyone
Okay.
knew.
Okay.
Everyone knew. So then they go out for their bachelor party. She gets, high on like a brownie or whatever. And she admits that she still loves Conrad. And then Conrad is like the designated driver for, Jeremiah and his
Right.
friends. Finds out that he cheated on Isabel. Yeah.
So
So he gets mad. Jeremiah's like messed up. Super messed up. And then Isabel's like looking for him on the beach, and Conrad confesses his love for her. And it's like, don't marry him, like, be with me. Mind you,
Okay.
this is his brother.
Brothers, man.
Yeah.
This is like Moonstruck.
What's Moonstruck?
Okay.
Anyway, so then they throw like the rehearsal dinner, and Conrad is a mess, right?
Yeah.
He's a mess. And then next morning, you know, the wedding rolls around. Jeremiah finds out, like, oh my gosh, he confessed, and he starts panicking, right? So then he doesn't really show up. Apparently, the mom left a letter, and it was supposed to be to Conrad because, like, she thought, oh my gosh, like, they're gonna end up together.
Yeah.
So, like, she was basically screaming it from the grave, like, y'all should be together.
Okay.
Leaves her at the altar. Isabel moves abroad. Leaves, like, both of the brothers. But now Conrad is in Paris looking for Isabel. How do you think this ends? What should she do?
Oh my God.
He's all like... So are we, like, Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah, Team Isabel?
I think she maybe needs to try a new family.
Well, she's in Paris now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and actually,
maybe she's not dating any
she
of
has
these
a
brothers
love
anymore.
interest, and he's Mexican.
Oh.
So now there's like Team
Okay.
Conrad, Team Benito, Team Jeremiah.
Wait, didn't I see this on Saturday Night Live? The
He got on.
that's what.
Yeah.
Okay, Team is Isabel.
So she should choose herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a wreck, so.
And what are you?
I'm Team Conrad.
You're Team Conrad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I messed up. I failed.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I older than your dad?
My dad is 46.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More mezcal.
Very young, yeah.
I'm 56, man. I'm older than her dad.
You could be.
I'm grandpa age here, I guess, and you're telling me about.
Well, hey, look, this summer you
Conrad.
learned what a labubu is. Conrad, Jeremiah, Isabel.
The labubu I get. I'm not following this.
Well,
Okay.
talking about age, this is the next mezcal is one of the mezcales that uses one of the oldest methods to produce to distill mezcal.
This is from.
San Luis Potosí.
Okay.
Campanilla. So this is distilled in clay pot. It's an ensemble. So when we talk about ensemble and mezcal, it's a blend of 4 different agaves, but it doesn't mean that they mix the bottles together. They cook them underground together. They work with the agaves together. They distill them together, and then they bottle it together. So what I'm talking about, one of the oldest method is they been preserving this method for over 400 years.
Oh, wow.
Or they don't want to change the techniques. It's even older than the technique that we have in Oaxaca with olla de barro. Where at the point of the distillation, just to make clear, they don't have any ducting out where the mezcal is coming out. They have to basically take out the cover and get the mezcal from the olla and put it in the
Okay.
plastic bottle.
Smells wonderful. To Conrad.
To Conrad.
What do you think of this one?
There's a lot of flavors there, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to pick up some.
Well, we can agree this is really different from the other 3,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't have like a lot of it doesn't have citrus
No.
so much or any kind of fruit flavors.
No fire at all.
It has a lot of, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but like a chemical flavors that are interesting.
Well, there's so much going on in there. There's 4 agaves,
Yeah.
chino, verde, blanco, y cuerno.
Okay, this is an ensemble.
This is an ensemble, ancestral.
The nose is really different from the taste.
Well, I usually ask this at the after the tasting, but obviously you haven't explored the smoky flavor, right? What you're
Yeah.
trying right now is the techniques, the agave plants, the flavor of all these work by the maestro mezcaleros, right? Sometimes the smoky flavors will be secondary flavor, but right now you're enjoying just the plants. Just remember that there is no additives. Every single flavor that you found today on these mezcales, it's derived from the agave plants and the natural resources that these maestros use.
Yeah, smoke is a boring flavor,
Correct.
and it works in a cocktail because you can like, oh, it's a mezcal old fashioned or it's a mezcal margarita because I'm getting smoke. But yeah, I mean that's the one thing, no smoke.
and we go back to 48 ABV. We'll go back to this one, right? Which is the same ABV, different state, but
Wow, it's such an interesting flavor profile. Almost like a bitter melon kind of flavor, or the chemical thing.
natty.
Right. What do you think about this one?
I don't know. It just felt like, I don't know, it's different in comparison.
It's
to
very different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is something really you can only do with a mezcal tasting like this. Like tequila, we can get, it's a narrow band of flavors, which is not negative. I mean, I love tequila. I can drink tequila every night, but it doesn't have those complexities. It's a different experience.
Yeah, that's why they come out with Repo, Añejo, and Extra Añejo, because they only have so much to give, right? Which is nothing bad. That's how they choose the denomination of region. That's how they choose the norm, right? Just use one agave, 5 states. Focus on one market, which is at one point was just the American market, and they gave it all.
But even before that, so when I was with Don Fulano this weekend, and they were saying that when they made the stuff in the pueblos and they transported it to the city for consumption, is that they would transport them in barrels, and sometimes they'd be sitting for a while, and they would and they were enjoying the aged expressions, Yeah. So I don't think it was they chose to do that. I think it was more of like it just happened, like a lot of things do,
And the other thing is, one of the things that, talking about transportation in different markets, we get feedback to the maestros mezcaleros because they don't know what's happening here in the United States. We told them, keep sending the stuff that you drink in your pueblos. This is how they want it here in Los Angeles, right? Because some maestros, they think that, well, I heard that in Los Angeles they like the 40 ABV or they like, the low ABV. No. That's for cocktails, but here we want to drink it the way you drink it. And if one maestro mezcalero comes or maestra mezcalera comes right here and sits at one of the tables, this is what they're going to drink. Because it's exactly how they made it at the pueblos.
And you're still team Michoacan?
I am. I am. She's happy.
The food is amazing.
Okay, so do you know, like, I don't know, the enchiladas that they eat are different?
Yeah, they are.
And I like it like that. Anyway, I was at the bank the other day, and I had my lunch there, but it was like some Michoacana styled enchiladas.
Right.
He's like, ma'am, like that's a tortilla salad with chicken on top, and I was like, no.
Oh my God.
That. It was the best though.
It is.
Like, I don't know, I prefer those enchiladas. Sorry, Dad, over Morel.
Is he gonna hear this?
I always tell him.
Okay. All right. You tell him to his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just all like Nayomie.
Yeah, I mean, that is the magic of Mexico, is that every state has its own chiles, its own tortillas, its own cheese, and different traditions. And the best enchiladas of my life have been some of them have been in Michoacan, in the plaza at night.
Yeah.
Amazing, fried in the disco. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went to Dahlia's and I saw the disco and I was all like, please tell me you guys make enchiladas like that.
Right.
And I got so happy because I was like, I don't really meet people that have them like that. Or at least, I don't know,
in all those states around there,
gravitate towards like Suiza or
the popular ones. No, or people do the baked here because they're just it's from the Suiza tradition, where it's the only one that's baked in Mexico, really.
Yeah.
But the enchiladas are more like folded and fried, and then everything's on the outside.
Yeah.
Inside is just a little cheese or maybe chicken that's not even seasoned.
Yeah.
But you have all the wonderful sides, right? So, no, I agree. Michoacan, Pátzcuaro.
I'm like, Dahlia, where?
Pátzcuaro, yeah?
No, she's from...
Cotija?
Okay, yeah.
What?
Morelia also, great.
One of my tias is
Apatzingan.
from- Yes, and then Antunes, I believe.
Yeah. Each of them, and they're all different. You could do a whole study on just enchiladas in the different states. And where my family's from in Aguascalientes, they're not like that, but they're really good too. The enchiladas in Oaxaca are amazing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So the other side of your family is from Guerrero, right? So the next one is Guerrero, agave completa.
I'm excited.
The bias is coming. I feel it.
Mom,
Mom.
you would be so proud of me.
How do you feel, Sport?
I feel good.
See?
Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting adjusted to it.
Yeah. It's not harsh anymore.
No, the first one hit me. I was
No,
just like,
it
whoa.
smacked you.
And that's one of the reasons that we also put Madre at the beginning, so you can wake up your palate like this.
See, that was for you.
That's for you.
And I don't know, like, that one, it hit me. Like, I couldn't taste it. I just felt like it was burning everywhere.
Well, you're gonna try it at the end and see if that changed your palate.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you go back to it. Okay, now go ahead. Yeah, and then we'll talk about mal bien.
Let's talk about mal bien, los güeros.
Los güeros.
So this is from Maestro Tomás and Emiliano. Mezcal is one of the few spirits in the world that keeps someone alive in our heart. So Don Tomás passed away last year, right? But we still have his mezcal, and we're gonna share it today. Tomás is from Guerrero, and this is an agave papalote. And scientific name is Cubriata, and this one is rested in glass since 2014.
Yeah, that's a wonderful tradition. And Guerrero is the state that really does that, right? Just the only place. So, for the listeners, what does that mean, rested in glass?
It's aged in glass, like you age tequila in barrels.
Yeah.
We don't age traditional mezcal in barrels, but the maestros and maestras, they rested aged mezcal in glass.
Underground.
Some of them underground.
Some underground.
Some of them their bodega.
Right.
Some of them on their office. Just to get that traditional flavor based on the season, based on how aggressive is the mezcal after distillation, or based on the tasting notes that they want to give them. So they have this knowledge of 2 months, 6 months, 2 years. You know, there is a mezcal now coming from Mexico that has been underground for 10 years, rested in glass. Gonna bring it to Los Angeles, you know, so we can try it.
Yeah. Okay. That's exciting.
2014, what were you doing in 2014?
Probably on top of the pyramid.
She was a cheerleader. Flyer.
Flyer.
The flyers. She was spinning in the air. Now,
Oh, I have a video if you guys want to see.
I do. Put that on the reel.
As you can see, the logo here is a Madre exclusive, so it's something that we work with the projects, where if I really like one mezcal a lot, I want to keep it to ourselves, for our restaurants, for Los Angeles, and it doesn't go anywhere else, so it stays here.
So I just heard from you guys that the owner of this is not Mexican and is American. How do you guys feel about that?
Correct, he's not Mexican, but he has respect for the families. He also has built with the families in their communities, and he has this close relationship with the families in the community in Oaxacan, where they only don't buy mezcal, but they also help the community create different opportunities for the next generation, and also to stay in stability with the maestro and the maestra's families. Something that I do appreciate, there is two ways that I can always look at when there is a white person or American person bringing mezcal to my place, either for the first time or they've been knocking the door several times. Is what are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing traditional mezcal? And who is the maestra, who's the maestro? And then are you bringing these mezcales just for cocktails, or you bringing something else to the table to share the tradition? And also invest time in educating not only other white folks, but also even Mexicans, right? Which is very important for me. So with these particular brands, they don't focus on cocktails. They focus on bringing expressions that are traditional from Oaxaca and Guerrero. They build, with the communities that relationship. They also share the knowledge, and they're always available to share and educate other audience when we ask them, versus they could be other Mexican owns that they only want the cocktail business and they don't bring any other expressions to the table. They just want the mezcal, right?
To be in the well, to be
in the well,
in cocktails.
and this famous well that everybody wants. I have people knocking our doors like, I'm here for the well, I'll give you the best price, I beat your prices. I said, no, because you only have an espadín, a 40 ABV, which is watered down. You give me an amazing price, but the cheaper that you go down with the price per liter or per 750, the less money that my people in Oaxaca are getting, because you're selling me this bottle for X amount of dollars, which is even better than other big brands. But it makes me wonder, how much are you paying the maestro and the maestra? You know, how much are you giving back to the community? Versus this particular project, they do give back to the community. They also help them with during COVID, where that's where they earn my respect, right? They were helping the maestros to keep buying mezcales, even though they were not moving the mezcales here because they wanted to, help them out during this crisis. But the most beautiful part is that every time that they have asked for a meeting with me is because they bring in traditional mezcales to taste, to share, and they're always looking for these opportunities to go up and beyond. Not only the well. If the well happens by an opportunity, they're more than happy to do that. And then guess what? Their well that they have, it's 40 ABV, right? So they don't mess around. They know exactly, they have a purpose, they have a mission. And I think it's a beautiful example of how can you be on the well as an option, but they don't have to be, or I don't have to be with them. And how can you bring traditional mezcales as well, not only from Oaxaca, but also from Guerrero.
And that's the wonderful thing about coming to Madre, for I think people who don't know all this and are confused they might be confused by, well, how come not Ron Cooper, but how come Malbien is okay? Well, the one thing that you've been doing is vetting these people. You are meeting with them in person, you're going to their distilleries, you're going into those communities. So if you see it on the bar at Madre, you can kind of trust that that process has already happened.
Yeah.
I was at this Mezcal por Siempre. We're going next year, right? Mezcal por Siempre?
Yeah.
Right.
You invited me the night before, but
That's true. Touche. Touche. And you responded to me. You're usually like a day late. You Zoomers.
oh my gosh,
Okay, you did admit to me that you take a long time to respond.
Yeah, if you need me, just call me.
I have to call you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next time I'll call.
You wanna see
I
my
was
phone?
in line. I was in line when you responded to me.
500.
Oh my God. What is that? How many? 500 unanswered text messages?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Whoa.
bad.
What the hell? Okay. I got to call you? Or I got to show up to... Oh, God.
It's a lot. I thought it was probably like in the 80s.
No, I look at it and then I'm like, in my head I think I responded, but I never did.
You just saw it?
Yeah, I just saw it and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna say this, but I'm in school.
That's the left on red thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have like trying to finish school, a business to run.
We're all busy. We answer text
Yeah.
messages. We look at them.
But not everyone's writing like 10-page essays.
My God. I've never seen that in my life. All right. That explains it. Okay, so next year, more notice, and I'll call you. Mm-hmm. But we're going to go. I was at Mezcal por Siempre, and somebody's asking, like, what are the booths to hit? Like, what are the stands to hit? I'm like, pick one, because they've all been vetted. They're all good. They're all going to be different. I go, try something you haven't tried, and that's what I was doing. I mean, I did end up at some of the booths, because I saw the Malbien guy, and he was like, oh, we want to try, show you some new things, and that was great.
So the next one is Tamaulipas.
Tamaulipas, which is also part of the tequila region.
Correct, and it's part of the mezcal denominational region.
Right, the 11 states. 11 states. When did it become 11 states?
Last year.
Last year, okay.
Now, this is another ensemble of Tamaulipas. Believe me, it's very rare also to have a good mezcal from Tamaulipas in the United States, and this is one of them. Once again from La Mata. They focus from mezcal from all over northern Mexico. This one has 3 different agaves. It's an ensemble. Asperrima, Americana, and Univitata. It's a 50
Wow.
ABV, and the maestro is Martin Modesto Terran. Let me know what flavors you found there.
Okay. To Martin.
Martin.
To Martin.
And North Mexico. Personally, I've been liking it a lot, because it's just an area that I never explored before in Oaxaca. Just to let you know, in Oaxaca, you don't find mezcales of North Mexico. You go to a mezcaleria, there is no mezcales from North Mexico. That's the other beautiful part about Los Angeles and Madre, that we bring mezcales from all over Mexico, not only Oaxaca.
This has a really interesting flavor.
I don't know why this one tastes like sweeter to me.
It tastes like, I was gonna say, it tastes like, see, we're matching. Gen X and Zoomers getting together on this one. But I almost get like a liquid spicy candy, not Mexican spicy, but like, like those old-timey candies, You know what an old-timey candy is?
No, I don't.
For you, it's like M&M's.
It's not an M&M.
No, I didn't say it tastes like M&M's.
I was gonna say like hot
That's an
tamale.
old-timey candy. Yeah, but so you're getting something sweet as well?
Yeah.
They got the flavor of a Ginebra, a gin.
Uh-huh. Well, I hear cocktails. What's in your well?
What do you think it is?
What do I think is in your well? Ooh. Is it scandalous?
No.
Okay.
It's something that...
I don't know what's in your well.
I rotate. I rotate between Agua del Sol, Malbien, and Hijos de Zoila. Because Agua del Sol, they also bring, obviously, their focus is traditional mezcal, different expressions, and by an opportunity, they have a well mezcal. But guess what? They know my expectations, so they have it at 45 ABV too.
So, Agua del Sol?
Agua del Sol.
Del Sol. Agua del Sol doesn't have a strong, like complex flavor. So I'm sure that's great for cocktails.
Tobala, Madre Quiche is part of the Quiche family as well.
So which expression are you using for?
Espadín.
Espadín. Okay, they're Espadín. All right.
And then you ask for a well mezcal, you're gonna get that beautiful flavor as well. Good
Right,
Espadín.
and not the smoky, the smoky trio of what's Vida. A lot of people use Vida. A lot of people use Ilegal.
And Amaras.
Amaras, right?
Yeah. It's just, for me, it's just commercial.
Right.
Right? And then people need to learn the difference in a traditional mezcal and a commercial mezcal.
And again, for the people, we know some of these people, right? And I've been to their events, and the thing is, like, if you're making a commercial product, you shouldn't be upset if we're saying it's a commercial product. Don't get mad, guys.
They actually were at Mezcal por Siempre, drinking traditional mezcal there, some of the reps.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, they know where to find the good spot.
They do know, right. So they're part of the scene. It's just they're doing different things. They're for other bars.
Correct.
They're not for Madre, but they're for other places.
Correct.
And we're fine drinking it there if we have to.
Well,
or not.
I won't.
No, you won't. I didn't say I would. I mean, are you going to now watch what you're drinking when it mezcal? Are you going to refuse these brands with us?
Yeah.
All right.
I learned
Thank
a
you.
lot today.
I have an experience where my sister is vegetarian, so she's always giving me a hard time because obviously I eat meat. So you should watch your weight, and you're eating a lot, you're fat, a lot of playudas, and you gotta remove the meat out of your diet. And guess what? The night before, I saw her Instagram stories. She was drinking commercial tequilas.
Ooh, so you got her back?
Yeah, I got her back. So you see, you're doing the same shit.
Hey, you know what? I've seen overweight vegetarians, so I might as well eat meat.
That's what I.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
we're gonna die anyways. Might as well eat meat.
I remember years ago, right? I remember years ago that the Jerry Garcia, the guy from the Grateful Dead.
I don't.
Okay, I don't like the Grateful Dead, by the way, so it's okay that you don't know them because to hell with them.
Know them? The Grateful Dead?
I am not. So there are people called deadheads. Like you're a Swiftie, there are deadheads, and I think the deadheads, the Grateful Dead is lame. I don't like their music at all. But I remember these stories. It's a band. Okay, see? Now I got you back for that story with Conrad and shit. But Jerry is overweight, okay? He's heavy. And I was reading that he was like a vegan or something. I'm like, okay. Like, if I'm going to be overweight, at least I'm going to have a tlayuda and some steak and not just be eating lame-ass vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, just don't get a vegan tlayuda.
Right? Right. You know, you only live once.
Do you guys ever like run into those people? Like my sister has this friend who like is always like, well, do you know where that meat came from? Do you know what they did to that animal? And I'm just like, dude.
Do you know what I'm going to do to this animal?
And that's the question that you should ask when you drink mezcal. Where did it came from? Who's the maestro? Here, guess what? Mezcales Tradicionales will give you all that information.
Yeah, I'll be like, this is organic. What are you drinking?
Right, exactly. Now we can talk. All right, where are we going now?
Yes, we're going to Puebla, Poblanos. And the next one is going to be Papalomet, Agave Potatorium. It's made with the steel Puebla.
I'm excited because I've always liked mezcal from Puebla.
And is it women owned?
This is woman-owned? Yeah, and they're also some of the best mezcaleras, mezcal producers are women, right?
Yeah.
Graciela,
Maestra Paula, Maestra Paola, they're Maestra Reina, Maestra Berta. But those are real people that make mezcal.
Right?
Not people that just are the daughters of the maestra.
Or investors, investment groups.
And this is all about marketing, you know. A lot of mezcales come to Madre and say, "Oh, it's a woman-owned, or it's a woman project, 100% woman." Okay, but who's the maestra? We have our maestro mezcalero. Okay, so you just have investors, women. It's nothing bad. It's just don't come to me telling me the story that is just woman projects, right? And the person that's stealing it is not. There's no story about.
Right.
That.
Whereas a lot of times when they say a woman-owned tequila brand isn't really a producer, is right. Yeah. So now, are you now more of a mezcal fan because of that? Yeah. There's actually a lot of women involved in the production.
Or sustainable tequila or sustainable mezcal. Sustainability doesn't exist in mezcal or tequila at this point. It's obviously who is trying to create less impact to the environment out there. That's the reality. If someone comes to you and they say, "Oh, it's a woman-owned, sustainable," like, you gotta ask a lot of questions.
Yeah. Every time in my inbox, somebody reaches, like I get these tequila companies reaching out. I always Google who's the owner, and then like, what's the owner's involvement in the process? And so if it's George Clooney, we already know it's the wrong product. And what?
Kendall Jenner.
Oh my God. Kendall Jenner's tequila can go straight to hell. Okay.
I've never had it.
Good for you.
Here's to that. Yeah. They reached out to me, and I literally had just blasted the brand on Twitter, X, a week before, and a friend of mine is representing them, and she's like, I'm like, look, we're friends, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna even try or be interested in this product with that family, with this tradition, especially after I just went public with my feelings about it. So don't message me again about this. Like, never.
Good for you. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we hate. You're not a Kardashian fan, are you? No, we hate them.
We do.
Yeah, they're.
I'm like,
we dislike them.
Yeah.
We dislike what they're doing in the world, and I don't understand, again, people that are doing very financially well, that they want to mess with someone else's culture. It's like, you're rich, you're doing fine, you don't need to come into Mexico.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think the only time that, like, because I don't really keep up with them, like, I don't know, my FYP is literally like just travel and
yeah.
But she did come up one time and like she had braids and was like she's like
in the agave
she's
fields.
like, I'm out like in Jalisco, and I'm like, Jalisco.
Right. And we know this is a deal where sign on the line and somebody else produces it.
Yeah.
Some distillery that produces 25, 30 other brands.
And they partner with, nonprofits supposedly to give back to Mexico, but they don't give you.
There's no details.
No details. And it's just marketing, because why? A lot of people that don't know about this spirit of tequila, they buy that marketing. Oh, they're helping Mexico. They're helping creating the schools. They're partnered with this nonprofit. But out of the $500 million, they give this nonprofit $1,000 just to be in the article, and people buy it. Oh, they were helping communities in Mexico. Yeah, but they only help them with 2 chairs and 1 table for the school.
Right.
Right. And they take a big credit.
Right, and yes, and they're moving the money into their pockets more than they are into the communities, and we just don't need it. There's so many great brands out there. Why don't you just buy the tequila and buy real tequila and give it out to your friends?
Correct. Take care of your friends.
Yeah.
Love your friends. You give them good tequila, good mezcal.
Yeah, Dahlia, that second bottle.
Yeah, come to Madre and buy a round for the bar.
Yeah. We help these families as well in keeping the tradition versus the commercialization of these beautiful spirits. So what do you think about Puebla? What was your feedback on Puebla? Maestra Fabiola. The project is Sinacantan. This one is fermented in wood, and it's not coming from San Diego, it's coming from San Diego de la Mesa, Puebla.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because that's happening with some of the Mexican beers too, where they say, oh, it's a Mexican-owned beer or Mexican-inspired beer, but they're made in the United States. They don't cross the border. So,
Right.
It's a lot of marketing details that go into it. But this is one of the true projects from Puebla. They distilled Papalomet, and it was a 40 ABV. Same thing. They don't have mezcales for cocktails. They don't focus on cocktails. It's sipping, just how they sip in the pueblos. And that's how you select a good mezcal.
This would take I don't know. I guess I'm getting adjusted now.
Yeah. You're a pro already.
It tasted like a little bit more like woody.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, it had like a lot going on.
Yeah, I agree.
It had a lot going on.
See, again, there is no wrong when describing it for yourself, because you have all kinds of things on your palate. I mean, you're a restaurateur. You've grown up with your own family's cuisine. You've traveled. You've had a lot. I mean, I think you're doing fine. You're now an expert.
Do you guys have like a certificate or something?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys should do that. If you guys
Can we
do
give
that.
Naomi a certificate?
Anyone who comes in, moving forward.
Crash course. But it doesn't take much. See,
No.
you came into this completely afraid and thinking that we were going to get you drunk. And,
I was like, Bill, I'm a lightweight.
right. And do you even feel buzzed?
No.
I think part of my experience with tastings is that because you are focused and there's more of you're not there to party. You're really focused on studying what you're tasting, what you're smelling, that your body adapts and changes, and you don't really feel the alcohol.
And this is the beauty about mezcal. You share different points of view with tasting, with aromas. You spend time with people. You share those experiences versus you go and drink, commercial stuff or even cocktails. There's only one flavor that is going to come out of, oh, is it too sweet or it's not too sweet? It's great, it's not great. Let's move on. But with mezcales, you can go back. We're going to go back to Oaxaca at the end, and you're going to probably experience something different,
Completely different
than the first time. And then when you come, you get your certificate when you taste the 500 bottles that we have.
All right, that's next. We got to go to 20 next time. 20 tastes. All right, where are we going next?
We're going
Take us there.
Jalisco.
Let's go.
All right, so the next one will be Jalisco. So when you come to Jalisco, comes
The
to
land
mind.
of tequila
Land of tequila.
for you, but also many other spirits.
And people are going to get surprises when they say it's a mezcal from Jalisco. Legally, they can't name it mezcal because they're not part of the denomination or region. But
We
this
don't give a
family, doesn't give a fuck, and they say we want to keep the tradition. So they have 5 generations on record, on paper, making mezcal. And they don't call themselves mezcaleros, they call themselves taberneros, which is the proper name for someone that makes mezcal in this particular region of
Yeah.
Jalisco. So Chacolo,
A great company,
great project.
great project.
Yes, they can easily make money selling agave plants to the tequila industry or making tequila, but they decided to keep their tradition. 5th generation with Maestro Partida. And this is an agave angustifolia, and the name is Cimarron. All right, and this one is capon for 3 years. Castrated agave for 3 years before they use it for mezcal.
Salud. Oh wow, great spice.
Have you tasted ruda before?
The what?
Ruda. It's
Ruda?
Mexican herb.
No.
So you
I mean, I don't.
used to put it in you. We have a pain on your ear. They put it with alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
So it does remind me of those flavors. Of ruda.
Okay.
They're sour, lactic.
Oh, this one kind of burns.
It burns, but you know what? You're not wrong. It's when I said it's a lot of spice. So yeah. See, you know what you're talking about. You know just as much as we do, or just as much as I do. Maybe not him,
Wait,
but
so have you guys traveled like all of Mexico?
I have been to every single region, all 32.
I haven't. I have not like Bill, but I've been in Jalisco, I've been in Michoacan, I've been in Guerrero. Obviously, with Oaxaca, we have enough with different municipalities and the 8 regions. I've been in different places of Mexico. I have to visit north of Mexico still and meet those families because obviously I want to learn more
Yeah.
about how they produce.
Your work takes you to Oaxaca a lot.
Yeah, a lot because Oaxaca produces 80% of mezcal in the world, so there is definitely a lot to learn from Oaxaca as well. Grape mezcal, okay, 9, 10.
I don't know. It burned a little bit more than
What you've experienced. It felt like the first burn, or
no, not that extreme.
again. Yeah, you're like you're ready to go.
All right, so this one is the next mezcal is very interesting because they don't use any water to do the fermentation process. Guess what they use? They use pulque.
Ah, yeah.
And then we only tried one family from Nuevo León, and it's the Familia Torres with La Mata as well, because they're obviously focused in North Mexico.
I've had one with pulque before from La Mata. I don't know if it's this one.
This one is a different one. You try the Castilla, and this
Oh
one
my,
is
oh my
Verde
God,
de
that
la
nose!
Sierra.
Smell that nose. Listen to that nose. Smell that nose. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So
Sweet corn.
fermenting with pulque, it's a tradition there. They also provide jobs for the tlachiqueros, which are the people that extract pulque from the agave plants. So they keep giving them jobs and opportunities by using pulque for this fermentation.
Okay, are you getting canned corn in the nose?
Yeah.
That's
Plátano macho too. Rotten plátano machos.
see a Chicano from the '70s. Canned corn. Be honest.
It's not my favorite.
It's fine.
And again, that is also a valid thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to have mezcales that are not their favorite. I'm really open. So even this, I agree with you. This is very much a departure from anything we've tasted tonight, and it's a little funky, and has some abrasive flavors, but I do appreciate it. And the nose is crazy,
It's like sweet corn.
but not just regular sweet corn. Canned, it's got that funkiness.
I will see you next time when you're gonna come to the bar and you're gonna ask for this one because you're gonna give it a second chance. So I want to try the one with pulque.
Well,
Try it again.
I mean,
We have some aficionados.
the last
like
time
that.
Naomi had mezcal was like when?
Probably like 5-6 years ago.
Right. And you were celebrating what? A middle school promotion?
I can't with you. Oh my god. Look, I had just gotten my bachelor's.
Okay.
I'm almost at the PhD.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's to that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Still not a fan.
Which is good.
But, you know, I say there's never such thing as a bad tasting.
Yeah.
Even when you have something you don't like, it's good to know what you don't like. It's good to know the label you don't like. But we've had a couple from La Mata
Yeah.
that are very different because they're a project that uses mezcaleros from different states. They bottle it for them and promote it, And again, they're respecting the mezcaleros.
And once again, they don't ask for mezcal for wells or for cocktails.
Right.
So the next one is also North Mexico, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, this is a favorite.
One of my favorites, Chihuahua. It's an ensamble, Cumbrita de la Sierra.
And Chihuahua, what's that?
I'm like, high expectations.
You're doing a cheerleader pyramid now?
I always do that.
Why are you doing that?
That's me.
That's you.
That's
The flyer. I never knew that term before. See, I'm learning stuff today.
I was actually really good.
I bet. You have video, right?
I do.
Okay, we want that content.
But also, it was a Christian school. That takes.
Oh, what are you guys wearing? Like full-on pants and stuff?
No. Hey, but those kids were bad.
Yeah, they were. They gave you a laced brownie, right?
Yeah.
So this is another ensamble. The maestro is Gonzalez. He's from Chihuahua, Patopilas. That's the location. And then something that I also want to let you know that we have something in the mezcales tradicionales. It's gusto histórico, which is historical taste, right? So these mezcales that you're trying, you're not trying the project. You're trying the gusto histórico from each of the states. So this is how mezcal from Oaxaca should taste, very close. This is how mezcal from Michoacan should taste, traditional mezcal. And then obviously there's going to be a couple of changes between the agave and the project, but historical taste is going to be always there.
So this Taste of Mexico has baseline flavors for each region.
Correct. So like
That's
Madre
great.
was right in your mouth the first time, right in your palate, but if you try another mezcal from Michoacan, you're gonna recognize it because mezcal is about memory. So you go to another bar and they pour you a mezcal from Michoacan, you're gonna recognize the flavors. Oh, I tried this before. Where? Maybe a year ago in Madre, and then you're gonna be able to identify the flavors.
Okay.
Based on the gusto histórico.
Chihuahua.
Gusto histórico, lechuguilla and chawi from Cumbrita de la Sierra. They refer lechuguilla to the agave plant. For the lechuguilla. Ensamble, they distill with copper and they distill with wood.
Oh wow. And Chihuahua is also part of the Sotol region.
Correct.
Now, and how come you don't include Sotol?
Because this particular tasting, I only wanted to focus on mezcales.
Right.
And
Sotol, for the people that are listening at home, is not a mezcal because
it's not an agave plant.
It's not an agave
a different plant. It's the Dacilarium
the-
watery. And we just wanted to focus on historical tastes on this particular fry with different type of agaves that we have all over Mexico.
yes. Well, we love Sotol too.
So, yeah.
Love it.
We even have sotol in Oaxaca, but we don't call it sotol. We call it cucharillas.
Naomi asked me if we can add that for the 14th taste.
Oh, yeah.
Here to 14.
Cheers to 14.
All right. See, at this point, Yvonne is at the avant-garde of mezcal. You like really wild flavors, really challenging flavors. I'm guessing that you don't like this one either. This is one of those ones that you have to drink a lot of mezcal to sort of get into. Again, it's not my favorite of the night either, but I really like the different flavors. You know?
And also, it's a reflection of the gusto histórico from Chihuahua. Kind of sweet, but the good thing is about this sweetness is that it's just the agave plants.
Right.
There is no additives. It's just whatever the plant is giving you. These are natural flavors coming from the process of making mezcal. And also selecting good agaves for the production of mezcal.
This one almost has a corn distillate flavor to it.
A little bit of piloncillo, I think.
Yeah.
Sweet, in a good way.
So another thing that I think people need to know about, I mean, I've talked about this before with people, but Yvonne, so they have this competition every year in Oaxaca and all the people involved in the mezcal industry show up and they try to win this competition, but it's a blind tasting. And you placed second your first time.
My first time was second, and the second time was first.
So basically, he beat everybody in the world on a blind tasting in mezcal. And you had to identify.
34. I mean, there was 34 different mezcales,
Right.
and it was based on the score, so I did at 90%. You have to identify
The agave.
the agave plant, the region, the type of distillation, if it was hybrid, copper, or clay pot, and you got extra points. You get to guess the maestro mezcalero who produced that mezcal. And then this is where the gusto histórico comes to, where you identify the gusto histórico from these maestros because we enjoy their mezcales. So I think that's the major difference when I get more points because I was able to identify two maestros. Has to be Don Vale, right? Because he has a specific flavor.
Yeah.
Well, you will be able to recognize this one right away because of the sweetness, right?
Yeah.
Maestro Dolores. You know, it's a new memory. I got the first place in Mexico City in 2022. Maestro del Mezcal.
And you've retired now. You don't need to. You don't,
No.
nothing left to prove.
No, nothing that's approved.
Hey,
because-
he retired a champion, so
Right. It's like, what's the cheerleader competition when you the national? The what?
sharp.
Sharp.
Uh-huh.
If you win sharp, do you have to go back?
No.
No, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah, so now I go and support the project, and I help them out as a volunteer or even as a judge. But that's it. I don't
I was
do
just
the blind
about to say
tasting.
that as a judge.
Right. That's what you do when you win. But I mean, that's why there's so many reasons to support Madre. It's indigenous owned. You respect and promote small producers, that you take extra care.
The other bars don't.
The other bars aren't doing this. And there are competitors of yours that are not indigenous, that are not Oaxacan, but it doesn't end there. It's that they're supporting great mezcal, but more of these bigger producers.
They go to the easy way.
They take the easy route. And I saw this with my own eyes at Mezcal por Siempre. A woman standing there at a stand by, that was indigenous, that did not have a big name brand, that was amazing. It's not fitting in with these larger projects,
Correct.
right?
Well, the bottle is not as cool as for these particular bars, right? But for us, it's not about the bottle. The bottle could be beautiful and extravagant, but what it matters is the traditional spirit that is in the bottle,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, there's nothing cooler than Neta. The bottle, the image, right? You want to have that, but you also want to have these other things, and that's really the difference. Should anybody go anywhere else besides Madre? There you go.
On my list, number one.
Number one.
Number one. And I don't really drink. Like, I'm very, very picky.
You could have fooled us.
I'm really picky.
That is bananas.
Because my mom used to always have that when she was pregnant. But anyway, ask her about Osaka when, I led her to the ramen place. No, I'm picky, but...
You're picky.
But I got through all of this.
And you have strong opinions about each one of these.
And I left with not.
You're not done yet. You're trying to leave. You're not leaving yet.
Yeah, 3 more to go.
3 more to go.
And it will be fun.
Are you buzzed?
No.
And then after the 3, you got the 14, which is Sotol.
Yeah, because you asked for it. All right, where are we going? Sonora. I love Sonora. And now, but is this a Bacanora?
It's Bacanora, but they call it Yaquiana because it comes from the Yaqui region.
Okay.
And that's the other thing.
So like Ciudad Obregón area?
This is San Pedro de la Cueva, Sonora.
Where is that?
It's in the north of Sonora.
It's in the north. It's not near Ciudad Obregón.
And that's something that we also pushing at Madre. It's to preserve either the indigenous names or the name of origin for the agaves or for the mezcal. So in the mezcal world, you're gonna hear lechuguilla, you heard lechuguilla, raicilla, and then yaquiana, right? It's an agave yaquiana.
Thank you.
And then some of the maestros in the community, they have these crazy names of agaves that we're trying to preserve and not to commercialize like in a specific agave, because they're more well known. No,
Right.
Name it like your grandpa used to name it. That's what we want.
Your grandpa.
Bill. Who doesn't know who Conrad is?
This is
I still
produced by the Maestro Vinatero, and that's what we're trying to also advertise. Keep the name. They don't call themselves Maestros Mezcaleros and Sonora, they call it Vinatero, all right? So their name is Abril and Genaro Encinas, and this is 100% wild agave. What we mean by wild is that it's still on the hills, right? They go and select the agave in the hills, they don't cultivate it, and it's fermented underground in clay pits, because the weather in Sonora.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. The flavor of this.
I actually like this one.
Hey, drinking with Grandpa.
So agave yaquiana, Sonora, you're also gonna hear bacanora as well, but it's the name that they give to mezcal in that region.
There is a spirit. I can't identify it, but I'm getting like another spirit's flavor in here, and that I've tasted before, and I can't pinpoint it. But see, again, that doesn't matter. Is it when you're experiencing it and it's a memory of yours? That's all valid.
And guess what? This is a gusto histórico from this particular region, from Sonora.
And this is very different from any bacanora I've ever had. This is crazy. You like it?
I do.
So to me, for this being your first experience with something like this is a complex, mezcal, but you appreciate it. This is not a beginner's mezcal.
Now, you're trying to explore different flavors, just like Bill described, but why do you want to mix this in a cocktail when you probably took 9 to 50 years to harvest, and then you're going to mix it with probably agave and sugars, and you're gonna get these two ways. And then, by the way, once again, these brands, they don't have even a well mezcal other than one, all right, one of the brands. The rest, they don't have a well mezcal. They don't want to compete with well mezcal for cocktails. They just want to compete, or they just want to introduce you to gusto histórico from each of the states.
I'm getting like a cherry in there. Wow, this is so familiar, but I can't quite.
Maybe your ancestors are calling you, for those flavors.
From Stockton?
All right, so we're gonna go to the next one, which is Estado de Mexico.
2 more to go.
2 more to go.
And look at you, like a champ.
That one? Probably that one. This one. This
We
one.
both like Sonora.
And then that one's like my number one.
Number one over
Yeah.
here still.
And what about you?
This one from Sonora was the most surprising for me today, and that is a favorite of mine. I would say that I've enjoyed everything. The Nuevo León, the pulque one, is the most, I would say, my least favorite, but I don't dislike it.
I think the sweeter one, it was this one, right?
Yeah.
I think that one was my least favorite.
That was your least favorite.
Yeah.
The ensemble from Chihuahua.
No. Was it that one?
Yeah, the ensemble. This is the ensemble from Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And
that's one I guess that you would not
Yeah.
be enjoying.
And the next one, if you remember this one, they use the same agave on Estado de Mexico, Papalomex. But this is where you're gonna try the difference between Puebla and Estado de Mexico, using the same agave plants, but just different techniques, different soil, different water, and that's how you start exploring.
Thank you. Big smell, big sense in the nose.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part about this production is that it's only 36 bottles, and they use river water to ferment. So very small batches too.
Yeah, and this company, this project has been really dedicated to small productions for a long time.
Yeah,
Right?
Palalma, they work with maestros and maestras. One from Oaxaca, only one family from Oaxaca, only one family from Puebla, only one family from Michoacán, one family from Durango, Sonora, and now Estado de Mexico.
I actually really like this one.
Herbal. I love this one too.
Pleasant. It's very pleasant.
Yeah,
Gentle. Elegant.
Yeah.
and it's got. I love any kind of distillate that has like a really focused flavor, like it's a small space on your mouth where your palate where you feel it.
And guess what? This is 50 ABV. You don't really taste it.
100 proof. Look at you. Look at us.
It could also be because like We're also from Ciudad de Mexico.
You are feeling the ancestors.
I think I am. But no, I think I might like this one better than the other one.
Ooh, better
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
you just turned on what, mom
Michoacan.
or dad?
Mom.
Mom.
Oh,
This is mom, this is dad.
Uh-oh.
so you get the gusto histórico from your dad. There you go.
You never thought that would happen.
I
did
never,
you?
because like, I always tell him, like, I want mom to cook. Do you know how much of an offense that is?
That's horrible. How could you do that?
I don't know, it's just like...
Did he cry?
No, he just like says, like, keep it to yourself. But I don't know, it's because like my mom, like, I don't know, she makes it with love. Not that he doesn't, but it's just, it's mom, you know? Yeah.
See, I always thought I was the most problematic person at this table.
Oh my god. Actually, no, you're gonna get canceled by Gen Z because you didn't know who Conrad was.
I'm already canceled. I'm already canceled by Gen Z.
Really, what did you do now?
What haven't I done?
Didn't know what a labubu was.
I did not know what
He
a
didn't know
labubu
who
was.
Stitch was.
No,
You,
I still don't.
we schooled you the other day. You know, that's what we're gonna do next. A labubu unboxing.
An unboxing. See?
Yeah.
Cancel me again, Gen Z.
Now you can see the difference that this is the same agave as this one.
Yeah.
Different states, different techniques.
Wow. We like this a lot.
Yeah.
Very gentle. I love it.
This is one where I could sit and just sip slowly for an afternoon.
So how do you feel after 13? 12 actually.
I feel. I mean, I'm not buzzed or anything.
You're in the pre-buzz.
Yeah.
You know what? And here I have a much higher tolerance than you. I'm in the same place. Because I think that's how tastings go when you're
Yeah.
when you're focused.
But you see how we explore 12 states of Mexico where some people might not know that they produce mezcal there.
Yeah.
Right? And this is our mission here, to introduce people to mezcales where they're from. So we're gonna go to the last one, but not the least. Morelos.
Okay. Last taste.
Have you been in Morelos?
Morelos.
Yes. It's
Cuernavaca. Morelos. Cuernavaca's Grill. Okay, tell us about this one.
So this is an agave angustifolia. You tried an agave angustifolia from Durango in the past, and also from Jalisco, which is the scientific name. But in this particular state, they call it criollo. That's the name that they give this agave. It's only 23 bottles. It's rested in glass for 16 months. So it's been aging in glass for 16 months in 2021.
Wow. And Morelos is not part of any denomination of origin.
But they
So
do
again,
produce in mezcal.
yeah. Mezcal is where people make mezcal from traditions, not because of regulations that came in the 70s.
Or not because business opportunity where they grow agave and now they're going to produce mezcal. Morelos has been making mezcal.
And these denominations of origin also tend to favor big producers.
Especially-
They have a lot of money to lobby and make rules. This is a lawless mezcal and we love it.
And
Okay, Cuernavaca.
I really liked it. It's not like, I don't know, maybe we're at the end of it, but it doesn't feel that strong to me.
it's also pleasant.
Yeah.
And completely different from everything we
Yeah.
tasted.
Guess the ABV, and I'll give you a certificate tonight.
Oh yeah.
50.
Oh wow, 50.
Oh my. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. I quit.
Period.
I know
Everyone move
nothing.
over.
She saw the bottle before.
She did.
I did.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Did you cheat?
No, and
Zoomers
I actually
cheat.
have really bad eyesight. Like, it's terrible.
Okay. All right. All right.
No,
I'll take your word for it.
like, I could be like this and I won't even see it. Like, it's that bad.
Okay.
But you see how beautiful it is that you don't look at the ABV first before you experience mezcal. If I will tell you it's 50 ABV, it's 100 proof, you will say, oh, that's too strong for me. Automatically, your brain is gonna reject it. But if I tell you this after the fact, it's just a number.
Wonderful. So what do you think after you, okay, tonight you told me that you were going to do half.
I said I was going to do 3.
You were going to do 3?
Yeah.
And look at you.
We powered through.
Look at us. 13. Easy. This is...
It's because it's Taylor's lucky number. She's dropping an album. We are 4 days away, people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, can we get Taylor to sponsor this
Please.
podcast?
Please. I will be here camping out every day. You guys have no idea. Like, I went to Canada to see her.
No, I know. You're a Swiftie.
Yeah. And she was going to join me too, Dahlia, but...
Yvonne cannot name one Taylor Swift song.
No, I can't.
Shake It Off. That's the only song I know.
What would you do if she come out with a mezcal brand?
I would ask her...
Would you...
No, I wouldn't. That's probably the only thing I would...
You would draw the line
Yeah.
at your Swiftiness.
Yes, because also, that last cardigan she released, that's where I drew the line.
Okay.
I was like, I don't...
But literally, I only know one song. Shake It Off.
I thought we were partners in crime. We need a theme song.
We're not partners in petty crime.
We need a theme song, and it has to be Taylor related.
Okay, all right. Taylor, I'll learn 2 more songs.
Because I learned 13.
You did, okay.
So-
You are more open than we are, okay? But yeah, I think people might be intimidated by 13 tastes. It really isn't.
I think the experience that I had, the feedback that I had, they're intimidated about their previous experience with mezcal.
Smoky.
Smoky, commercial. I got a hangover. Why? Because some of the places they're serving the most affordable cheap mezcal for their cocktail, which is fine. It's their own decision. But if you go to a bar and say, give me your well mezcal because I'm new to mezcal, and they give you one, the cheapest one, commercial for well only 40 ABV, a smoky profile flavor, then yeah, you're gonna be scared away. Like, no, I hate mezcal. I have a bad experience. It was too smoky, too strong. I'm not gonna give it a second chance, right? But when you go to a place that is educating people and also they have a traditional mezcal on the well, no matter what you ask or no matter what mezcal you get poured at the table at the bar, it's traditional mezcal. You're gonna appreciate it and you're gonna taste mezcal in a different experience.
Right. So we recommend for people to come to Madre. There's branches in Santa Clarita, Palms, Fairfax District, Torrance. Okay, everywhere. And do one of these. How much does the Taste of Mexico retail for?
It's between 140 to 150 depending on the restaurant.
Okay.
Because I also give an opportunity to my team to select their own selection on their preference.
Okay.
Based on the clientele that we have at each location. So my bartenders, my servers, they make a lot of input into this because they know some of the clientele. And some of their favorites too. Hey, I want to showcase this project.
Right.
You know? And that's beautiful. Oh, maybe we have a server from Jalisco. Say, let me choose the one from Jalisco.
Right, exactly.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. Your people are trained, and I've had tastings with all people from your staff when you weren't here, and it's a great experience as well. What are the other tastings? So if somebody can't quite go in for the 13 states?
We have other tastings of 3 mezcales, 4 mezcales. They run between $40 to $55. But most important is our standard is 1 ounce versus half of an ounce. So
right, they're going to get a good pour.
A good pour, and then you can share it. You can pay $40 for a mezcal flight of 3 mezcales tasting. You can share it. So basically, you end up paying $20 for a mezcal flight.
Okay, so come to Madre. Madre is doing all the work that. I mean, there are plenty of great places to drink mezcal, but we want people to come here and support a project like this, where we are highlighting the producers, the mezcaleros, the mezcaleras, and the communities of Oaxaca. And you're going to find small producers you're not going to find in other bars.
And also small producers that other bars don't give a chance because they're too small or the bottle is not as trendy as it should be, right? And then also we have the larger selection of private batches because I work with the maestro and the maestro. We select our own batch based on my palate, based on what I want to bring to LA, and then you can taste mezcales that are not available anywhere in the United States.
Okay. Nayomie, tell us about your, what's the final thought here on your experience?
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Like, I came in scared, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to tap out. But, I mean, we got through it, and I learned so much. And I don't know, I feel like I gained this new appreciation.
Wonderful. Well, okay. So thank you, Nayomie, and please support Cuernavaca's Grill in the Fashion District. You're gonna hear Nayomie again on my podcast as a recurring guest. Are you coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna be doing this and Labubus and all kinds of shows that I don't watch. Thank you, Ivan, for being on. It's always a pleasure to sip mezcal with you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Nayomie. And I'm glad that we pulled up the Cuernavaca Morelos at the end.
Yeah, that was a nice
That was not planned. It was just.
That was a perfect way to end it.
Okay. See you next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Taqueando podcast this week. And be sure to tune in next week for another episode. And please leave us a rating or review wherever you listen to your podcasts.